Hello again, and welcome back to Mr. Mayor's Friday Book Chats. I'm going to talk to you about four different books today. The first one I'm going to talk about is if you like mysteries, like Sherlock Holmes, Agatha Christie. This one is called Truly Devious. And this book's been out for a couple years. The third book of this trilogy actually just came out. I had been putting off reading this for quite a while, but once I started, I just finished the sequel of this, and I can't wait to read the third one. It takes place at this kind of exclusive boarding school called Ellingham Academy, and the student body consists of these creative geniuses, radical thinkers, innovators, and the main character is kind of a true crime buff named Stevie Bell. And she is obsessed with the mystery surrounding Ellingham Academy. Because in the 1930s, the Ellingham's founder, his wife and daughter were kidnapped and murdered. And the crime has never been solved. So Stevie is obsessed with solving this murder. It's just, if you like whodunits, there's so many mysteries in this and so many red herrings and kind of you think you know what's going on, but then something totally different and unexpected happens. So check that one out. The next one is called A Blade So Black. I have not read this one yet. This is kind of a retelling of Alice in Wonderland. The protagonist is named Alice. Her mentor is named Addison Hatta. And the first time he shows up, he's wearing a t-shirt that says, "We're all mad here." She has a couple of snarky friends that are Russian twins with the last name Tweedlenov. But it is just this super tough heroine who has to fight monsters and creatures. The way this is set up is that there are dreamers, and there's Wonderland and real life. And the dreamers escape Wonderland to invade real life. And it's Alice's mission and job to kill the dreamers. So if you like retellings, if you like kind of action, fantasy, check out A Blade So Black. Boy 21, another book that's been out for quite a while, but one of my favorite sports books. It's about a kid named Finley, and basketball has always been an escape for Finley. He kind of grows up in a rough neighborhood where there's drugs and violence and racially charged rivalries. And at home, he's taking care of his disabled grandpa. And at school, on the basketball team, he's called White Rabbit because he's the only white kid on the varsity basketball team. And he's always dreamed of getting out of his neighborhood and moving away with his girlfriend, Erin. But until then, when he puts on the number 21, his jersey, everything seems to make sense. But then a new kid moves in named Russ. And Russ is a former teen basketball phenom from kind of a privileged life. But his life has been turned upside down, and he doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to talk to anybody. And the varsity coach kind of reaches out to Finley and says, "Hey, why don't you kind of take Russ under your wing a little bit, make friends with him, hang out with him." But Russ is dealing with some stuff. He's cut off from everyone he knows. He only answers to the name Boy 21, and he has this huge obsession with outer space. Lots of great sports action, but also just a great story about friendship as well. And then the last book I'm going to talk to you about is a graphic novel called Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. And it's about a girl named Freddie Riley, who is a high school student, who's dating Laura Dean, the most popular girl in school. And Laura Dean has got it all. She's got the looks, she's got confidence, charisma, and she seems like Freddie's dream girl. But the only issue with the relationship is that Laura Dean treats Freddie terrible and is always breaking up with her, is always just kind of dragging her along. And Laura Dean is kind of just a mean girl. Freddie keeps getting dragged along, even though all of her friends know that Laura Dean is wrong for her, but for whatever reason, she just goes back to her. So if you like just kind of high school drama, relationship drama, graphic novels,